One thing that, in spite of all that we might dream of, one thing that seems to continue to be a cog in the wheel will be funding. How do you think that we're being innovative in terms of getting funding? Are we looking at sports now as a business of some sort, or are we still at a very rudimentary level where, all the support we get still comes from government?
No, I can tell you that you see, corporate Nigeria is still very, very passive in terms of supporting sports in Nigeria.
Is it understandable?
The reason, it is. Because they look at the people that they want to give their money to, and some, at times, they do not feel very comfortable. Now, there are various paradigms, there are various parameters you use in terms of saying you want your money to be used accordingly. First, you must have a personality that has integrity. You must have a pedigree and say, yes, I'm giving you, like what the media, the sponsorship they have in the LMC right now. What they needed to do, they cannot give it to a league management committee. Instead, they say go and incorporate as a limited liability company, which of course you'll be held liable. So the company is now league management company, and of course you'll be held liable if these funds are misappropriated or they are not used according to what they are planned to do. So all this now, corporate Nigeria is not coming in, gradually. In Delta, I'll give an example. Most of our programs, we have the government coming in heavy, but most of our programs, we try to create an atmosphere of trust, whereby the banks, what's called ambush marketing. We'll go to the banks and we'll say to them, this is what you have. You are doing so much with us, and we know that as a corporate citizen, this is what you can give. And of course, I will make them understand, look at what we are doing. We bring in coaches from abroad to come and train our athletes. If you don't train these athletes, if you don't train coaches, what do you think? They might be in the creeks, they might be in the streets doing all kinds of crime, and it's going to affect you invariably. They might even come to your bank as an armed robber, So let us try to take them off the street, and we drop a program for them, and they see the program. What I'm trying to say, you must create that platform for them to trust you, and we've created that in Delta. So there's no sponsor that will go to that would not want to come back to Delta and say, yes, we want to support you. And like I'm saying,
in Delta, we're looking at.
No, I'm just using Delta as a paradigm shift. No, the national level, the minister is somebody that has a lot of integrity. And let me tell you, whatever is happening, LMC, Nigeria Football Federation, there is a very warm relationship between the leadership of the National Sports Commission and the various federations.
What about our league in terms of the marketing aspects, all the packaging of our league?
The league is still going through some kind of teething problems. But I can tell you that a lot has happened very positively for the league. Now, this is the first time in the last 3 years that teams were being given, even up to the team that was relegated, was given some kind of honorarium to say thank you for participating in the league. They were given some kind of stipend in the course of the league. And of course, because there was a contract, and I think the contract will be expiring any moment from now. And once that is done, with the new contract, with the new sponsorship deal that they have, a lot is going to happen. And while we're talking about football and all that, talk about athletics. Nigeria won the 3 editions, the 3 categories in Africa. The under 17, the juniors, and the seniors. The under 17 was held in Warri, Ayak. The under 21 was held in Mauritius, the under 17, and the seniors were held in Port Novo. We won all those. And Blessed Kabari went a step further. For the first time in almost 17 years, won a medal at the World Championship. So to me, the AFN and the NFF are the most successful federations
for sports
in Nigeria, and they should be given special
for this year at least. Because I mean, it's not very easy to forget our disappointing outing at the Olympics.
That was last year.
Yeah, I know. I'm still saying.
So because we're disappointed, so that's why we have to rebuild.
Yes.
And we've rebuilt, and we're going to consolidate.
In 2014.
In 2014.
That's what
we're going to consolidate, because that's what sports is all about. You don't think
that we're going to rest on our oars and say,
why should we rest? Because now, let me tell you why we cannot rest. 2 weeks ago, the NFF came out with a plan beyond the World Cup. So what does that tell you? That they are thinking and strategizing and planning for the future.
And that's for the first time we're getting that.
That's for the first time. So it means that they are working. And of course, like I told you, there's a synergy between the National Sports Commission and the NFF. The ASN, they are coming out with their programs for the Commonwealth Games, and they are working very hard. Even some of the federation presidents, like a guy in wrestling, he has gone beyond even the National Sports Commission, trying to. Yeah. So if you look at the caliber of people at the various federations, people that weightlifting, these are people that have held very high public offices and have some kind of trust and respect from corporate Nigeria. And I believe with this caliber of people, which were closely monitored by the National Sports Commission during the elections, because he actually wanted the best in the various federations, I believe we should all give Nigeria a chance, because we'll see.
What about rivalry? I mean, let's talk about the politics of it all, the politics of getting leadership. You know, at some of this commission, at the commission, the National Sports Commission, even the NFF. You know, we know that rivalry sometimes have ruined things that ought to otherwise have gone well. Is it over and done with?
There is no. There is democracy. Disposed as everything, even Nigerian Football Federation, there's a lot of democracy. It's pure democracy. Anybody can stand up and want to run for the election. Mm-hmm. It's clear. But you also look at the achievement of the current administration. Based on that, you will not judge whether you want to run against him. Can you do what he has done? Because the only thing anybody that wants to run against Megiri can do is to win the World Cup. Because he has won the Nations Cup. He has also won the Under-17. He has qualified Nigeria for all the tournaments. He has brought out his program for the World Cup. And he's working with the coaches. You know, there are no itches. Of course, there are itches, small, you know. I know you want to talk about Kechi's salary is being paid. You know.
Oh, has it?
Let me tell you something. When do you mean the coach salary? The Football Federation, at the beginning of every year, AGM was there, don't worry. They come out with a budget. The budget is not passed on to the National Sports Commission. They look at the budget and say, we cannot afford this. We've been given a cap by the maybe budget office. And now, what do you want them to do? Because funding, like you said, a chunk of their funding comes from the federal government. At that point, they will now say, what is our priority? Either we pay Kechi right now, or we go for this tournament. If we don't go for this tournament, we won't pay future at the World Cup. Kechi, please wait, or have this. But I believe right now, the minister has intervened. He has spoken with the federation, and they are coming out with a very, very solid plan, not just for Kechi alone, but the coaches of all the national teams. Oh, good. And I believe everybody will smile at the end of the day. But one thing we should, as Nigerians, we should also do is to support a leadership that is productive. Is to support a leadership that is result-oriented. You know, it's not just because we hate. It's not just because we don't like your face. It's not just because you are perceived to be, you know, an enemy. You have a deep-seated emotional hatred for that person. You will say, no, the person cannot be. We shouldn't live our lives like that.
I imagine they will support, and hopefully support so that we can get very far in the World Cup.
I believe so. I mean, the World Cup, I believe, you know, we have a president, his name is Goodluck. Yeah. So I believe so. But again, if you look at, if you permit me,
because I want to play football.
Of course, you know. But if you look at, let me come to Delta. There's no way I will not come to Delta. People call me every day, what is the brain behind the success of Delta State Sports? You guys always finish decently in every event that you attend. Every event. And I said, well, when I was appointed executive chairman of Delta State Sports Commission, I thought I was going to be made a commissioner and my name sent to the House of Assembly. But the governor waited 16 months, sent a bill to the State House of Assembly to establish the Delta State Sports Commission. He got a cue from I think the London Olympics, not the London Olympics, London Olympic Committee, the National Sports Commission, and put them all together to form what's called the Delta Sports Commission. So everything success we record in Delta State today is attributed to the governor of Delta State, because it's his vision. Nobody told him. It's his vision in establishing the Delta State Sports Commission that is paying off very hugely in terms of laurels that we've won, in terms of achievements we've made, in terms of placing athletes in strategic position and give them a life. What do I mean giving them a life? All our athletes are employed and they're all civil servants from grade level 4 to grade level 10.
All of them.
I'm telling you, all our athletes are employed, so they are guaranteed a life after, even if they are running today and they have a broken leg, they are civil servants and they can grow. If you're a graduate, you grow through the ranks as a civil servant.
So we don't have to bother about continuity.
Why not? The State Sports Commission, the Sports Commission is structured in the sense that it's 4 years.
After this,
after this tenure.
Mr. Pinnick,
Whoever comes in as a governor,
yes.
Whoever comes in as a governor knows that there's a tradition.
Okay.
Already.
But
and that was why the man went to the House of Assembly.
To make it into a law.
To make it
but the question will be,
statutory.
is this sustainable?
It is sustainable. It is sustainable because the structure is there already. Like I said, the National Data Sales Force Commission is not about Amaju Pinnick. There's Kojubola, there's Ejiro, and there's Gabriel Okpono. Those are members, and they're the directors. I'm just like a prime inter pares, the first among equals. But whether I'm there or not is a structure that is destined to succeed by God's grace. I can tell you.
All right, Amaju Pinnick is Executive Chairman, Delta State Sports Commission. We've been reviewing sports in 2013. It's not been a bad one, actually. We hope we'll surpass that in 2014. For all the competitions that we're entering, we should do something good, I hope. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege.
All right, then, so...
Of the season.
Yeah, and that's the last one for this year, actually. Oh, dear.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it's been great. Yeah, sometimes turbulent, challenging, and exciting, I should add that part. Oh, yeah, it's been fun. And we thank you for sticking by us all through the year, just as we did here all through the year as well. So, we'll see you next year. Thank you for watching. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
Thank you so much. I'm Maupe Ogun.
Well, many thanks. I'm Sulaiman Alere. We'll see you next year.
And we'll